What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. It's Saturday. Y'all, let me tell y'all something real quick. How I did not record yesterday. Got up in the morning. I was like, okay, it's Thursday. I'm not going to record today. I'll come back down on Friday and we'll talk about, Real Housewives of New York. We'll talk about, all the foolishness that happened at the Real Housewives virtual reunion. And then I log on to, start my class, and somebody was like, happy Friday. I was like, what? I was like, are you serious? I didn't even realize. I swear I did not realize that it was Friday. I did not. All the ducks are in the field down there. I don't know what they're eating. That's so weird. I wonder what they're eating. What do ducks eat? Do we have any duck experts out there? So what's going on, y'all? Hope everybody's doing fine. I hope we're doing good. Y'all didn't even tell me that I'd missed the Real Housewives of New York episode 3. And then when I went to look for it, was no links anywhere. So I don't know what happened on that episode. All I know is that Sonia got into it with her homegirl because her homegirl says she was a trophy wife or an accessory, and she took offense to that. But go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. Haven't been much to talk about, and I feel like it's like so many people are online making videos and stuff like that. It's a lot. If you go on YouTube, it's a lot of people on YouTube. Just, I don't know. It's a lot. I would like to wonder how many channels have been created or have, reignited in the last month. Even Netflix said that their subscriptions have went up millions. And yeah, so that's pretty much, yesterday I was like, damn, I missed Friday. I'm sorry, y'all. And I got up and I was like, in a good mood. I had made my tea and everything. And I was like, okay, it's Thursday. That was probably why I was in such a good mood. I was like, it's Thursday, okay. I'm gonna, relax one day off and then come back down here on Friday, girl. No. So apparently, I did watch the Real Housewives of New York episode 4, and that episode was really, I don't know, they're still at Ramona's house. I didn't take any notes. You guys didn't even remind me, so I figured it's like, you guys are not really gonna watch Real Housewives, it's not enough of you to watch Real Housewives of New York. So that's why I was going to include it with Beverly Hills. But then Beverly Hills comes on so fast, I forgot Beverly Hills comes on Tuesdays. So I got to get I don't have anything written down in terms of schedules or anything like that. I just know it's a lot of stuff that comes on Thursdays too. So whatever, we'll get through it. But I do want to talk about Love B. Scott's article about the virtual reunion and just a little rumors from that. I thought it was interesting when I read some of it this morning. But as far as episode 4 for Real Housewives of New York, let me see what I can gather from it, okay? Because I was like, this episode was okay. It was seemed like a filler episode. I don't know. Luann is mad because apparently on the 3rd episode she left and she went to her house because she has a house in the Hamptons. Remember that house that looked like, like they film murder movies in it? Yeah, so she said she went to her house. That's what I gathered from the 4th episode. I'm really mad that I missed the 3rd episode, and I missed the 3rd episode, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I could not find a 3rd episode. Y'all know I don't have cable, so she doesn't have cable, girl. Let's see. So Ramona and Luann have a tennis match to kind of, let's resolve me putting you down in the basement. What were they calling it? Below deck? What were they calling it? The lower level. Ugh. Ramona did that on purpose. I don't care. I think Ramona did that on purpose to Luann. I do. I really do. So they're playing tennis, and this guy who's Italian or whatever, He comes out. He's the tennis instructor. It is exactly like Dorinda said, something out of the 80s. It's like these desperate housewives hire this tennis instructor, and then later they're screwing the tennis instructor. You know, that's what it was like. That's what it was giving me. So, of course, Luann, she's speaking to him in Italian, and then later she tries to hit on him, and he shoots her down. He's like, no. I don't know exactly what he said to her. I just remember him was like, no. And then she tried to get fly with the dog massager, and he was like, I'm a real massage therapist. He didn't say it like that, but so he ends up giving Luann a massage. Luann was acting like, honey, Aquafina over there, and then he kind of like had his hand on her back, and he was like, all right. And then he gave her a kiss afterwards, and I was like, oh, okay, so Luann's probably gonna be meeting up with him later. You know, when Luann is single, honey, she doesn't give a damn. And that's the one thing I liked about Luann, is that she seemed like she didn't, like, I don't know, after Tom, it was weird. Luann changed. I don't know, maybe after her divorce, maybe that was it. But you know, her sleeping with the pirate. She said she never slept with the pirate. You know, just doing whatever, saying whatever, just doing whatever. And I think she got the thing with Tom. She really just went downhill after all of that. She did. But hopefully she's getting her, you know, she went to the cabaret and she got all that shit together. So hopefully. Then they say they don't want to go to this party, another party that Ramona's friends are having. They don't want to go. So they want to stay at home. And so they're all drinking and everything. Leah's getting drunk. Tinsley's getting drunk. They're taking their shirts off, you know, jumping in the pool, skinny dipping. Leah doesn't like the tiki torches because it reminds her of the racists, the white nationalists. She doesn't like the tiki torches, so you must not watch the news enough. That's what she tells Tinsley, because Tinsley's like, what's wrong with the tiki torches? You know, she's like, girl, what is wrong? What do you have against tiki torches? She was like, you know, you don't watch enough news. They're drunk, girl. They are so drunk. And then she's throwing them. She's picking them up out of the ground and throwing them. Later that evening, what's her name leaves? Ramona. And they're like, how are you leaving? You have guests. And she was like, I want to go to the party. I got energy. I'm out. I want to flirt. I'm out. Like, what's up? We on vacation. Y'all want to sit at home? Like, you know, and sometimes you do, you know, you have your girls like that who be like, girl, we sit at home all the time. We are on vacation. Y'all want to go on vacation and sit down and be looking at each other? No, let's go where there's like food and drinks and men. That's what Ramona would say. You know, Ramona's real frisky. And so she leaves them. Child, they were like, what? So the girl who called Sonia an accessory, she comes over. This other man comes over. It was awkward. They were like, and you know, Leah, she doesn't like men. She doesn't. And I'm just gonna say it. She might like their penises, but she don't like men. You know, like how a lot of men don't like women, but they like puss. Same thing. I think that's how it is with her. And because this man comes over, and at first they were acting like she was liking him, but then she started saying stuff to him, and he was like, well, I'm gonna get going. He was out of there. He looked like Don Johnson at 92 years old. And he looked a mess. His tan, he was just a mess. And so the girl that said that Sonia was an accessory, she comes over, and then Sonia brings it up again. And it was so funny when Leah's like, you need to let go of the Morgan yacht has sailed. I was like, get her, Leah, because we all have talked to, if you watch The Real Housewives of New York, you know that Sonia Morgan, that bitch said, I married the bank. I said, I know that's right. But the bank left you. It left you. You didn't file for a divorce. His ass filed for a divorce. From what I understand, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, JP Morgan's grandson divorced Sonia Morgan. It wasn't, she would have never left if it was up to her, because as much as she's holding on, that's my family name. No, girl, that's not your family name. That's your daughter's family. That is not your family. You married into that family and you are no longer married. So therefore that is not your family. I don't care. And they don't claim you. You want to go around getting crest on your shoes and don't touch the letters. Don't touch the Morgan letters and all this other mess. She has the utmost respect for this family because they're super wealthy. And She just can't let it go. Her life with this man, she can't let it go. And it took her forever to let that damn house go. Remember that house? That house was a mess. And it took her forever to let that go. She has this new apartment, but she still's talking about, her time being a Morgan. She won't change. They were like, you need to change your last name. You need to change your last name from Morgan. And she told Tinsley, you need to change your Mortimer last name. Y'all need to change your last names. Y'all not married to those men no more. But that's what it is. They're not changing. I wonder that. Do women not change their last names? I know a lot of women say they don't change their last names because they don't want to have a different last name than their children. Well, if you're married, okay, then those are the traditional rules, right? The tradition is you take the man's last name. So the children take the man's last name, okay? When you get a divorce, a lot of women don't change their last names back. Some do, some don't. Some say it's because of the children. Some are attached to the family in some way, like Sonia. Her daughter is grown. You're not like in elementary going to the school, and so you might think, something's going to look wrong if I'm sending my child off to boarding school. Her last name is Morgan and my name is not. I don't know. I mean, I hear some women say it's a hassle. It's a hassle to go through all of that shit to get your social security number back, your social security card changed back, all your license changed back, all these things to go back to your maiden name when you were a maiden. When you were a maiden child. And so Leah's basically telling her, girl, you need to let that go. And then it was funny when she was like, you need to be less of a socialite. And then Sonia yells back, she says, you need to be less of a socialist. I said, okay, I thought you was drunk, Sonia, but she was right on. But it's like Leah does have this kind of fuck the system type of energy. When she walked into that house, whatever party they went to, she walked into that house and she was like, oh, it's weird white people up in here. Oh, this is a party with the weird white people. Okay, I got you. And so she's that kind of girl. So she's against, the tiki torches triggered her. You know what I'm saying? She's that girl. And so she's like, the Upper East Side, she rejects that. She rejects that even though she does benefit off of her everything else that the Saint women benefit off of too. But she's letting the girls know, get rid of your last names and just get rid of it or whatever. And so what happened after that? Dorinda, she didn't really have that much to say in this episode. She just was like, oh my God, it's disgusting. When they woke up in the morning, yes, from the party, when they woke up in the morning, Ramona comes home and she's looking at the kitchen. The kitchen is a mess, child. It's a vibrator in the chicken. Okay, it's some glasses hanging out, some of a wine glass or drinking glass or whatever. The kitchen is a mess. It looks like a tornado came through, forgot something, and came back, honey. It looked a mess. And Ramona's like, oh my God. So Ramona is on this thing where the women need to help her. And Dorinda told her, and I'm with Dorinda, bitch, if you're going to have guests, you should not be expecting your guests to clean up. Right? To help and pitch in and stuff. You need to hire help. When you know you're going to have guests and you expecting your guests to help, you might need to hire some help. So you can get some housekeepers, a cook or whatever, people to clean up after, your guests go to bed. I'm with Dorinda. Why are you talking to Leah crazy? Because she tells Leah, you didn't set the table. Leah was like, yes, I did. But when I asked the lady, she told me that the flatware was in the damn napkins. And she was like, you didn't set it. She was talking to her all crazy. And then they were like, why are you talking to Leah like that? And Dorinda told Leah, don't let her talk to you like that because she'll think she can talk to you like that. She was like, it doesn't bother me. And Leah's another one from the old school. When the elders start saying crazy stuff to me, I just let it slide. Until I don't. Until I don't. So she said for right now, she's letting how Ramona is talking to her, she's letting it slide. So Ramona was mad about the kitchen. I would have been mad too because the kitchen was a mess. But at the same time, you should have hired help. I'm with Dorinda on that. Hire help so when you get up in the morning, you can have your kitchen and everything can be clean. I feel like if you have that much money and you are inviting guests over, I'm not expecting guests to clean. You just not. It's unrealistic to expect that. Just don't do that. Especially as much as y'all drink and stuff like that. Hire some help. Take Dorinda's advice. I'm with Dorinda. That was pretty much it of the episode. What else? They all cool with Luann again. Luann was like, I'm going home. She's like, I'm not staying around for this. Luann said she really wanted to drink. She shared a vulnerable moment. I didn't get to see the other vulnerable moments, so y'all can fill me in if you care enough. But that's about it, y'all. Take care of each other, protect your energy, and I'm gonna come back with a little Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion rumors. Okay? Peace.